Hello Kindred Longevity Lifestyle Designers, this is Zach here with secretsoflongevity.com, and I'm going to share with you guys today a complete workout from start to finish that I'm going to do. I'm on an upper body day. So what I've done since stopping the gym workouts that I was doing on my bodybuilding program, I've switched back to just a body weight training program. I do use some weights that I have here for certain things. Not sure if I'll use them today or not, but I am basically just following a sort of 3-day cycle, and then it repeats, and then I have 1 day rest. So it's 6 days of upper body, core, lower body, upper body, core, lower body. So 3 days and then another 3 days. And then I rest on Sundays. And I'm doing, like I said, I'm doing upper body, so I'm going to go through the entire workout, but just take the breaks out where I'll be just resting, obviously. You don't want to just see me sitting there for 1.5 to 3 minutes, depending on what exercises is in between. That would just make for a ridiculously long video as well. So I hope to try and keep this video short, but I'm going to include the whole workout, so it's going to be fairly lengthy, so feel free to skip around to see what the different exercises I'm doing. I'm going to show you the multiple sets I'm doing as well for each exercise I'm doing. So what I've done is I've actually printed off a piece of paper. I don't have it with me right now, it's over on that desk, but I'll just describe it. I've written sort of a title for my program, and I recommend for anyone wanting to sort of do their own program, just that they're just going to make up to do this, because it helps you keep track of your progress and see what improvements you make on certain types of exercises. Sort of just keep a basic log is all. So I've got Monday to Sunday, but I guess I'm not really including Sunday, but it's right at the bottom anyways. And then I've got upper core, lower on the different days. So Monday is upper, and we're actually on Thursday here, so it's upper again. And then basically I either write it out ahead of time if I have a vague idea of what I'm going to do, but it might change in the middle of the workout depending on what I feel like I can do and what I want to do. And so I go by feel in that regard. So for example, I know that I'm going to be doing some max strength exercises at the start of the workout, and then more endurance exercises closer as I get to the end. And you'll see that as I'm going. So as I progress from week to week, I can just basically look back, see what I'm increasing on, see what I need to work on, which isn't perhaps advancing where I'd like it to be going, and then improve from there. So since dropping the bodybuilding program, in terms of what I'm actually following, I picked up sort of the old material I've covered before on my channel, which is a lot more body weight oriented, or emphasis on the body weight exercises. And if you want to learn more about these, I'm not going to go into detail about how to do these exercises, I'm just showing them. You could use my form if you'd like to for your own exercise purposes. However, I recommend just looking out on YouTube or buying a program or a book that is more professional in regards to giving the exact instructions of the internal structure that needs to occur, the internal power that you need to generate for this movement, and the correct posture, etc., so that you're doing it properly without risk of injury. So some of the books I'm going to recommend and link to below are the Naked Warrior program. This is a book that covers basically just 2 exercises and how to do them, and how to do them with enough variety that you can basically use these 2 exercises to work out almost everything in the entire body, and that is the one-legged squat and the one-arm push-up. So I'm going to be doing the one-arm push-up in this workout, although I'm not at the point of doing it fully yet, so I actually just do it on my knees. But there's other ways of doing that, and the book goes into that, and there's a DVD as well if you want to get the DVD, or get them both together, or get one or the other on its own. But it's basically that there's certain internal things you do in terms of the way you breathe, the way you visualize and imagine where your strength's coming from, what muscles you emphasize focusing on as you do the movement, and also tips and techniques on how to get to the full movement of a full one-arm push-up with no aids like your knees or blocks to lift your upper body up so you're not as parallel to the floor. And those are just some examples of things that would make it easier so that you can progress up to the full one-arm push-up. But again, that book goes into more detail. The other one would be a great one is Power to the People. This is by PAVEL, who also wrote the first book I mentioned, Naked Warrior. And it is a book on max strength training using weights, or any other form of max strength training, even if it's body weight training. How to build that without overdoing it. And there's certain things he goes into. Again, it's quite an in-depth book. Another thing I'm doing is actually his, again, the same guy, PAVEL TSATSOULINE. I'm really fond of him. He's got something called super joints, which is a way of warming up the joints and really bringing blood flow to them, and I'm actually sort of replacing stretching with that. It is stretching in and of itself, but it's ways of loosening up and opening up the joints so you can do things like bodyweight training without risk of injury. And personally, I'm finding it more beneficial to my strength practice than when I would do extensive stretching before a workout. And of course, everything on the Dragon Door website is great. That's just where the books are linked to. That's where he sells them on. So you can check out dragondoor.com at the link below, and they have a wide selection of books, DVDs, from everything from Qigong to Tai Chi to kettlebell training, club bell training, bodyweight training, all sorts of interesting stuff, so check it out. So we're going to start with the first exercise, which is going to be chin-ups using weight in a backpack. I'm going to use 30 pounds, and I'm going for 4 sets of 5 reps each set, but it's probably going to be 5 at the start, and probably will drop a little bit by the end if I'm actually tiring myself out. Number 1. So for the next exercise, I'm going to do 5 reps, or at least try for 5 on all 3 sets of 125-pound rows. These are bent over rows, so this is the first set. So I'm trying to get a bit of a better angle here so you see more of my back. And last set. So you can see on the last sets, or the last reps of probably all 3 sets, my back starts to go up. So that's not the best form I can hold, but the idea is to keep your back completely horizontal, so I probably have to keep working with this weight until I can keep my back totally horizontal to really hit the muscle groups that's intended for that exercise. It's not the worst thing to have your back go up, but it just means you're hitting different part of your back than is intended with that exercise. So this last exercise I'm doing in my max strength part of this workout is a one-arm push-up, but I do it on my knees because I'm not at the point of being able to do that without my knees. So I do 5 reps, or at least try for 5, on all the different sets. And the key is to keep the arm tucked, or the elbow tucked, and really push actually more from the lats than the chest, which sounds a little strange. It's kind of like a corkscrew action. And this is, the book, The Naked Warrior, goes into great detail on how to do this amazing exercise. And of course it's also going to really work the triceps, and a little bit on the traps as well. So it works basically the whole shoulder girdle, everything around there, but it really does work the lats more than some people realize. If you do just a regular push-up, if you can do those, and you just sort of like imagine like you're pushing from your armpits, you can actually feel that working that area of the body, of the musculature, which is a way to work that out without doing something like a chin-up, if you don't have a chin-up bar available. So basically just get into a push-up position, put one arm behind my back, get both knees planted, but also have the feet there just to keep them from moving around too much, and then you just push off. And then I just switch back and forth, so it's actually 10 exercises total per set. It's harder than it looks. Widen my legs a little. And the second 3. Four. I want to be careful with the wrists too. One thing I noticed I need to really focus on is keeping my shoulders level, so I was just reviewing the last clip. If I was pushing up on this side, I was going like this, as opposed to straight up like this. I'll do my best in this one, but we'll see what happens. And that's sort of the end goal once you perfect this exercise. Let's start on the other side this time. Might just go for 4. It's harder than it was the last time I did this. I guess my triceps are still a little sore from 2 days ago. I think it's going to be the last set for this exercise. In fact, I know it's going to be. Shoulders down. 4. So those last exercises that I did, the 3 chin-ups, rows, and then 1-arm push-ups, those were all max strength in the sense that I was doing low reps and just about 3 sets. And for the next exercise I'm doing more endurance strength, so I'm doing basically going to go till I reach fatigue, or close to it, or mental fatigue or physical fatigue, whichever comes first. And so there'll be longer reps. For the next exercise it might be as high as 15 or 20. I haven't done these for a while, but this is, don't recommend doing this exercise at home unless you've been doing the yoga pose bridge for a while and you've had instruction on how to do it without injuring yourself. Don't want to injure the lower back doing this just from the bend. The other thing you can do is get one of Matt Fury's books, Combat Conditioning. I don't have a link to it, but you can search for that online if you want to check that out. He's got a range of body weight exercises you can do that are great for wrestlers, martial artists, and anyone wanting sort of that high intensity functional strength that you can do from any angle with your body. So this is working, it's almost like a handstand push-up except you don't have the full weight of your body. And there's a way to work up to that in terms of getting enough tricep and shoulder strength for that. But it's like a push-up but kind of hits it at a different angle, more like a military press with your own body weight. So here it goes. It might look like some crazy exercise shit, but it's a good exercise, believe me. Just trying to get good footing here. 5, 6. I guess I'll need them a little wider. 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, I'm starting to fatigue at 15. A few more. 6. Works the legs too to a certain extent. 17. 8. Oh, done. And actually, forgot to mention, on the last exercise I was doing 3-minute breaks in between exercises. On this one I'm just going to do 1.5 minutes. So I'll still be fatigued when I go to the next one, and it'll be less reps. But that's just the approach I'm taking with it. So this is the next set. Still don't have my breath, but I'm going to give it my best shot. Gotta be careful with your wrists on this one too, because they're bent at a funny angle. Sorry. 4, take 1 more. And we'll give it one more set after this one. I'm going to shoot for 12 on this last one. this second last exercise, I'm going to do incline push-ups. So my feet will be up on the chair, and I'm going to give it all I got. Chest is already pretty tired, so possibly around 25, maybe 30 if I'm feeling particularly energetic. I'll do it on my fists actually, just to wrists are a little tender from all that strange angles push-ups I've been doing. Whoops, my timer went off there. I'm just gonna get 20 there. See what I get. Okay, I'm done. So last set. For this exercise, 3 sets total. I'm pretty tired by this point in the workout. Strength practice, I should say. Don't like the word workout. Grand total 15. That last one. For this last exercise, I'm not going to actually use any body weight movements per se. I'm just going to pit muscle against muscle. I'm going to do the pressing down with one arm, pressing up, and then switching and doing it the other way. So this is working both the biceps and triceps, alternating, so one bicep, one tricep, then the other way. Of course, you can just think about that, how it would work. Just going to use 2 fists. Actually, I find it easier to do it this way. And you just press as hard as you can for about 5-6 seconds. Actually, I'll throw in a third one, just pressing out front. It's working more the chest, and I'll work through those 3. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. More of a flexing exercise than anything. Actually, I like to move it at the same time as well. So I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5, lost track. That was I think that was the that was the third one. So we'll do a total of 6. Excuse me, through all those little exercises, and then take a rest and repeat it just once more. So just 2 sets total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 6. 6. 4. Here's the 5th one. 6. 6. 6. It's important to breathe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. The last set, or exercise in the set. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5, 6. So that's it. Come back and do the last set. So here we go. Last set of last exercise. 4, 5, 6. Because it's muscle against muscle, you really gotta, and you're not lifting external weight, you really gotta just put up everything you've got into it. Because you're only gonna work as hard as you can work the other muscle because they're working against each other. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is great when traveling, if you don't have weights with you. 2, 5, 6. 7, rep 3. 6. 3, 4, 6. 4, 5, 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. 5, 6. 6. I find actually even that exercise works the chest quite a bit because you're working it in here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is set number 5. Rep number 5. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to be sore tomorrow, that's good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh my God. Alright. So, your body weight is very functional and can be used to get a very good workout in. As you saw, I mean, I did use barbell for rows. That's not necessary if you have other things you can use around you. And by all means, check out the links below. I've got some links to books and programs that are great to use if you're wanting to get a good clear start on how to do some of these exercises and a wide range of other ones that are going to be the best for building functional strength and max strength, specifically with Pavel TSATSOULINE's books. Another one that's down there that I didn't mention before is Bulletproof Abs, something I'm going to get back into. A friend has it, so I have to get it back from him. And I want to put on a little bit of body fat on the bodybuilding program, just sort of around this area. You might not notice it that noticeably, however, I did have very ripped abs in the past, and having not done much core work over the last couple months, I'm eager to get back into that, especially coming up to the summertime, and when I'll be outside more often, and that'll look good in that regard. So with that, I'm going to say take care and embrace life without limits, and thanks for watching.